Fort Hill had a Montauk tribe fort in the 1650s, and hence the name. And that rock there is called Council Rock. It was the place where tribal meetings for the Montauquets took place, and sometimes this included representatives of the 13 tribes of Long Island. This rock and some of the other boulders that you see on top here are left behind by the glaciers, and they're called erratics. And as you can see, I had the whole place to myself. Montauk Manor was built by Carl Fisher, who was trying to turn this into the Miami of the North. And he built a skyscraper in the town of Montauk and a lot of other little things, little traces. And then in 1929, they had the crash, and that saved Montauk from becoming a hellhole. Behind me to the east is Massacre Valley, and it's named after the results of a battle between Montauquets and Narragansetts. 30 Montauquets died and were buried there. Sometimes things can't be resolved by having a council. Straight ahead is Fort Pond, and there's some good fishing there. Smallmouth bass and walleye. The body of water to the right is Fort Pond Bay. During the Revolutionary War, British warships sailed in here, and the local militia, under the command of Captain John Dayton, pretended they had more soldiers than they actually had by turning their coats inside out, and they marched back and forth on the hill overlooking the bay, and it's called Dayton's Roost. And now let's head over to Navy Road and Navy Beach. This is where the original town of Montauk was built in the late 1700s, but it was destroyed in the 1938 hurricane. The town was rebuilt to the south on the other side of Fort Pond. Don't park along this road unless you have a Town of East Hampton parking permit, because you're going to get a ticket. It's $125, and they'll get you. And here's your $1 million shack. In 1839, the slave ship Amistad anchored here, and it was seized by the U.S. Navy ship, the Washington, because the slave trade was illegal at that time. And you may have seen the movie about it. In the distance is Culloden Point. In 1781, the British ship Culloden ran aground while chasing a French frigate during a winter storm. The ship had to be scuttled and burned, and the debris field and the wreck site are the only underground water park on Long Island. In the distance on that hill, which doesn't look like much of a hill, is Montauk Manor. Navy Road dead ends at ECKER Park, and from here you can follow miles and miles of trails through the Hitherwoods Preserve and along the beach, and eventually you will end up to an area that has the walking dunes.